This is Kerry Stellar from In the Girls Corner, and I am here speaking with Marissa Pacelli. I am so excited. How are
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, and I'm really excited that I didn't butcher your name.
No, you said it perfectly.
You have a really big match coming up November 18th for Men
Yep.
of War. Tell me a little bit about this match. How, I mean, you've fought for them. You've had matches for Men of War before, correct?
Not Men of War, but I've fought on the Dead Serious MMA
Okay.
promotion, but grappling, not
Yeah.
MMA.
So, how did this all come about? How excited are you? Tell us
I'm
about this.
super excited. I've been a huge fan of the promotion for a long time. I've been in the area for a long time, and when you become like an upper belt female, it's really hard to get matches sometimes because there's not like a whole lot of us, and especially like at my size, like I'm not big, but it's kind of like an awkward weight where there's not too many girls.
Okay.
Um, so I've been really excited for this match for a long time. I've been like a huge fan of Jaidyn's and Tom's for a long time. So it's like really cool to get a match with like, someone that I really respect.
I love that. I love that. And you've had some amazing matches. I was looking at your record. You're on quite a win streak. You've had
Thank you.
what, 10 wins ish, with a couple cancellations. And I mean, the names that you have on Deanna Bennett, Jesse Mealy, you've beat some of the best. And,
Thank you so much.
that's freaking huge. What in your future, what do you see happening? Are you ever wanting to transition to MMA?
So right now I just want to take it as far as I can with grappling. Like I actually just did ADCC East Coast Trials. I had two wins and one loss. I lost to the champ Amanda Levy. That's another match that I really wanted. I've been a huge fan of her since I've been a white belt.
Amazing.
Um, yeah, yeah. So that was really cool. But yeah, really, I'm looking to take it as far as I can with grappling. I want to, eventually win trials. I want to take it as far as I possibly can. MMA, probably no. I'm 28 right now, and I work at a school. And it's really hard to split my time with, grappling with striking. So I can't even imagine, doing striking instead of grappling because grappling's my first love. So I'm probably going to stick to grappling and just see as far as I could take it with competition.
That's amazing. Where do you train out of? I know I've seen you training, cross training at the very least with Black Hole. Where do you train currently?
So I right now I'm living in New York. Like not super upstate, but I live by Blackwell.
Okay.
So my original gym, I still train with my original gym. I'm a brown belt under my instructor Yanni Hernakis, in Wayne, New Jersey. So I still train with them like 2-3 days a week, and then I train at Blackwell all the other days, and I go to the Wappingers HQ location, and sometimes I'll visit the New Paltz location as well. But Mike Wacker has been a really amazing coach to me as well. Him and Yanni have been like my Yodas.
Mikey, he's a really, really, really good dude. I've known him since I started doing interviewing and journalism. So I know everybody that you train with, and girls that used to be there. I don't know if you trained with Lindsay Van Zant when she was there years ago.
Oh,
Uh,
Lynn, yeah, I trained with her for like a couple of years, and then she moved to Arizona, and I really like her. She's a really cool person.
Sweetheart and Fatima is amazing. And you guys just got a really great group of girls up there. So, I mean, I know I'm going to see fireworks coming out of you on November 18th. Now, you fought for a lot of promotions, Cage Fury. What sets Men of War apart from everywhere else?
So I would say honestly, they have a big name in the area. It's a big name to fight under. I just, I really like it. A lot of my friends fight for the promotion. It's always on a really like cool stage. And the nice part is, you don't have to fly to get there. Like it's right in our backyard, and it's amazing production right in our backyard. So that's like a really amazing thing for me.
That's half the battle, and that's a huge win. I mean, yeah, between New York and New Jersey, that's like right there in the middle, split. You got like a
Yep.
perfect home yard match, and all your friends could come and watch, which is, I mean, you
Yeah.
guys better than that.
Absolutely. And I'm from New Jersey. So all my friends and family, other than the friends I made up here, they're all from New Jersey. So it's like nice and like local for them.
That's amazing. That is amazing. And I mean, you don't have to, like you said, you don't have to travel. You don't have to do much. I mean, I don't know if you cut weight. I'm not going to ask you about that. But what I will say is it makes all of that a lot easier.
Absolutely.
Not
Absolutely.
with the rest of the bullshit if you are cutting weight, because it's a lot, traveling
Yeah.
and this and that. And then on top of it, it's like, oh, it's
Yeah, absolutely. Luckily for me, I never really take matches where I have to cut a lot, but for MMA fighters, like I can't even imagine. Like someone told me once that if I decided to do MMA, that I would be a 125er. And I was like, excuse me? I was like, 125? I'll never see that number.
I want to. I mean, like, I walk around at 125. It took me years to gain that much weight because I had injuries, and like I could never imagine being down to 105. Like it looked disgusting. And even just for 5 minutes, like I wouldn't whatever.
Yeah, no, for me, like I try to grapple at the weight, and if I do cut, it's like,
All right.
within 5 pounds or so. I try not to go too crazy because you feel horrible.
And you've been competing for a really long time. How was it competing during the whole, or even not competing during the whole lockdown craziness that happened a few short
Yeah,
years ago? Thank God we're not in anymore.
thank God. It was very weird. So, I had a knee injury right at the start of COVID, and I had surgery. So I was out for about 6 months and change.
Mm.
So that was like pretty significant. And luckily it lined up with COVID. So while I was recovering, everyone else was pretty much locked down. But once I started competing again, it was just weird because like a lot of organizations, they made you wear a mask. And if you weren't competing, you had to keep it on. Some of them, even while you were competing, you had to keep it on, which is really claustrophobic. Like I can't grapple with a mask on.
It's unhealthy. You're breathing in your own toxins. Like, how is that okay?
It's horrible. It's the worst.
I stopped doing journalism like at fights. I covered fights for 10 years. And I said, just going and quarantining and getting tested and all this shit for like 2 days, it wasn't really worth it for me. So
Oh,
I took a big break for almost like 2 years from going to fights. And I had no fear of the germ. I just didn't want to go through all the hoops and do all the bullshit. So it was really weird coming back. And my first fight back was Invicta. So it was really funny. And it was their first card back having journalists. So it was kind of a cool, culmination. And a lot of my friends from New York, Fatima fought on that. So they were all there. It was great.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, it was definitely nice. Like once things started to like normalize again,
Yeah.
'cause it was just weird at some points. Like it was like, like I felt like weird about it, like with like work. Like I felt like I had to be careful, and I couldn't let people know that I was training and competing, even though it was legal at the time. Like they weren't
Yeah.
locked down anymore.
Yeah. Everybody was all weird about it. I'm like, have you guys never heard of a cold? Have you never
Yeah.
because I'm 44, so I've lived through like a lot of these like pandemic things, like SARS, you name it. I've been through them. So when people were like freaking out, I'm like, guys don't remember 10 years ago when we were like looking at people walking around with masks, and I'm like, what's up? What's up with those people? Why are they wearing masks on? Like, so, and I never really thought it was a thing then. So it was even weirder when it was like everybody. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah. People became like afraid to cough, which was like a really weird thing. It was
Oh,
very
I was there like, it's weed. It's weed.
yeah.
Anytime I cough, like, don't worry, it's cannabis. It's not COVID.
Exactly. It's the weed, I swear.
Times I said that, I was like, it was the prep, but it was really, I'm a generally healthy person, but it's so funny. And you get, people would be like, oh my God, freaked out. Uh, over with.
Or like killer for going to the gym. Like it was pretty crazy.
I not imagine. We were, in New York, it was crazy. It was really bad. So we had, I couldn't go to the gym. And actually that's when I really started training, because I hadn't trained for years. I was told by my doctors that I couldn't because of my arm surgeries. And when I did, it was literally like the week that we got shut down, my coach was like, I think you should really start training. I think that like we can get your arms moving and all this stuff. And then we
Yeah.
get And I'm like, well, there goes that. And he goes, no, 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 we're going to rent a studio or something. And we found an office space that the place was open because it was like a financial building. So it was open all the time. We could go in whenever we wanted. And it was perfect that we made it through the whole thing. And then I started training at Sarah. So that's, but thank God. And when I walk around still and see like the staying 6 feet apart, I'm like, how do you do that with grappling? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
It's crazy. I remember like when I had my knee surgery, I was out of training because I was like in a fully like locked out brace and all that. But when I had to do PT, they made me wear a mask doing PT. I was like heavy breathing in the mask. Like it was horrible.
That's when I stopped going to PT. Something happened in my shoulder, and it was right when they were starting to like debate on no, it was in the middle. And they were like talking about not wearing masks anymore. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, listen, I'm not going to sit here. Like I was there like maybe 4 times. And the guy's like, really? I'm like, fuck, I don't care if I pay for it out of pocket. I'm not going to sit here breathing in a mask. All these fucking weirdos. Like, I'm out of here.
It's so
Like, we don't believe in it, but we have to. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, no, it's not worth it.
I felt because I'm the person that I'm constantly touching my face, like if something's itching me. So I was the worst candidate for it because I'm like, this thing off of me. Like, and everywhere I went, people were like, you could see people pulling it down. And that was so funny.
No, me too. I'm always like I'm touching my face right now. So I was horrible with it.
I feel your pain. And so now I'd love to ask people this question, which we already know because we spoke about it very briefly. Outside of jujitsu, and I would love to say fighting, but we're predominantly jujitsu players here, so as am I now. What do you do outside of jujitsu besides teaching, which is amazing, and I want to get into that after.
Yeah. So outside of jujitsu, hobby wise, I don't really have too many hobbies anymore. I like weightlifting. I've been slacking lately, but I do like weightlifting. I'm really into like music and movies. I like horror movies. This is like my season, the horror season.
Oh, every like 5 seconds, I'm like, what's on?
Yeah. But that's about it. And then my job, I work at a school, but I'm a school nurse.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is the coolest job. I always said if I was going to work in a school, it was either going to be a teacher, but I always liked them like, they always freak me out, or a school nurse, because like you could work summers if you wanted to in summer school or not. And it just seemed like the coolest, like who didn't, oh, let me go down to the nurse. Like everybody wanted to go down to the nurse.
Exactly. No, it's really great. Like I love working with the kids. I work K to 5. And they're really sweet at that age and they're cute.
That's actually that's the age. That's
they're like, yeah, 5 to 10 years old. Yeah.
that's the best ages. Like, and I don't have children, but like I work with kids, so I understand. And it's definitely that's a fun time to be around them. Say, all right, they're so sweet. They're not like running around little hormonal assholes yet,
Yeah. So they're really sweet at that age, and they're polite and it's a really great job, and you have summers off, holidays off. So it has definitely the perks that way, that way as well. But I definitely prefer working with kids to adults. The kids are so much sweeter and more understanding. Adults could be mean.
It's true. Adults can absolutely be terribly. Did you ever think about doing maybe like cut man stuff, cut woman stuff in the future?
I would love to. I didn't even honestly think of that as an option for myself, but you may have just opened up a door for me.
There are not a lot of female cut women, and I have been talking to all of my nurse friends, and I'm like, oh, you should really like become a cut woman. And they're like, what's that? I'm like, look into it. Look at the guys that are always like, wiping the Vaseline or whatever, Aquaphor on the people. They're like, girls can do that, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure you have to be a nurse.
Yeah, I don't even know how to get that gig, but if anyone's listening and they know, reach out to me. I would be definitely.
We will definitely be reaching out to you because Eugene is very good friends with, and so is my friend Tom Kilkenny. They're friends with James Guccione, who owned the Uppercutman.
That would be awesome. I would love to. Like I said, I have experience at first aid and everything like that. I've been a nurse for probably about like 5 years or so. So.
We're doing it. We're gonna make you a cut woman. side money and fun, you know what I mean? Like if you're not in the match, you might as well go and sit there and have fun and watch it. I love covering them as much as, I had my first match and it was amazing. But I also do love sitting and watching jujitsu, which it now even more so that I'm actually doing it. Because back before, I've been watching judo, jujitsu, mixed martial arts for so many years. So it was like when I came in, I like kind of knew a lot of stuff, but it was like the couch jujitsu person that like, yeah, I knew it because I watched it, so I was
Yeah.
like, all right, figure this out. And so I knew how to do a couple of things, but now it's like, okay, I could see all the little nuances and the just things that like opened up a whole new world to me. And it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. If I'm not doing it, I like watching, jujitsu, and then MMA. I don't do MMA, but I'm an avid watcher. I'm an avid fan, so.
Favorite fighters?
I'm sorry. Oh, my favorite fighters?
Do you have any?
I would say, who's my favorite fighter?
Let's say
Jones.
female.
I love John Jones.
Oh, I love that. He's just the right amount of cocky. He like
so cold.
Listen, this is who I am, guys. Just is what it is. Yeah.
I love John Jones. I love Valentina. She's like, yeah, she's great.
Yeah, me too. She's one of my favorites. And I actually said I thought she was gonna retire undefeated under the 125 belt. And when Erin came in, I was like, well, that's a whole different story because I was there for Erin's last amateur fight and I've seen her progression.
Yeah.
And I mean, she was a beast at that point. And I literally turned around to everybody that would listen. I'm like, Erin Blanchfield is probably going to be one of the youngest, if not the youngest UFC champions in women. And I don't think anybody's going to beat her.
She's incredible.
But she had one loss. It was a decision loss. And it was like Tracy Cortez.
Yeah, exactly. But honestly, like I think if they rematch, Erin would beat her.
If they rematch, and I mean, it would be. I don't think that she should do it until she has the belt. I don't think it should have to be a contention thing. I actually have to fight for a contention thing at all. I think they should give it to her. I mean, Valentina has to fight. They were saying Alexa anyway next for a trilogy, but like that annoys me. Just put your title because I know she's the win.
But I think that would be really, really cool. Like I think that Erin would definitely beat her this time around. But you're right; it should be for like a title.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I really like your name. Is that it going to be like a fight name thing, a Clockwork Armbar, or is this just because the hair, or you just love the name and it's witty because it works so fucking well? I love it.
Thank you so much. So it was actually a while ago, like I want to say like 2018. I got sick of like my Instagram name. So I like put out a thing to all my friends. I'm like, somebody get me a new Instagram name. And my friend Tyler, shout out to Tyler. He was like my main training partner when I was a white belt. He knows that I'm a big fan of the movie A Clockwork Orange, and he put a Clockwork Armbar.
I love it. And I love that movie. And I was like, I'm like, I have this. She's great. I love the name. Like it works perfectly. And your look and everything. It's just, I'm so excited for your future. I mean, again, seeing everything that you've done so far. And I mean, your record speaks for itself. Armbar, few decisions, but you're out there and you're, submitting people. And that's huge. And you're talking about names like Deanna Bennett. So that's got to feel
big fan of hers. Yep.
Yeah. And you should be getting a title match, I would think, soon in any jiu-jitsu organization with all of these names.
Yeah. So a while back, I won for Ironman Grappling, their 145 title.
Not surprised.
And I haven't been able to, come back to defend it, but hopefully I'll be back to defend it soon. And, looking forward to other titles. And the main thing is, trials too. I want to go to West Coast and I'm there to play, at least place next time around. I'm there to win, but I want to at least place.
Get in there and done it is huge. Those people don't and how hard it is to get into, just a match alone, nonetheless, get into a, jujitsu tournament and at that level. So for me, that's like you won already. But, to have goals and stuff like that is huge.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's definitely my like one huge goal of mine is I would like to go to ADCC. I don't know if that's like unrealistic, but at least place at trials that would, make my career.
And I think you definitely are going to, and you definitely have the talent and you have the ambition and you have a great look too. So take that and run with it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Run with it. And it will take you far in this industry. And, people, I hate to say that, it's needed. It is what it is. And, and you're sweet. So
Whatever
that's, you got the package.
Thank you too. Whatever helps. That's always good.
That's right. That's the way I see it. And I cannot wait to see you on fight night for Men of War 19 on November 18th. And I can't believe I didn't get those dates, the numbers mixed up.
That's okay.
All week, I'm like, okay, on the night, yeah, I can remember those names. I can't wait to see you, and it's going to be very, very exciting. It's going to be a great night. Is there anybody that you want to thank? Anything you want to get out there that I haven't asked? The floor is yours.
I would say, just shout out to my gyms, Up Top Martial Arts, my instructor, Yanni Hernakis, Black Bolt Jiu Jitsu, shout out to Mike Wacker, and then also my sponsors, One Sleeve and Thumper Things, shout out to them as well. Everyone's been really good to me. Thank you, my friends and family. I'm truly grateful for, everyone that helped me get to this point. Like it's really been like an amazing journey, a long journey, but really amazing. And, one that I'm very grateful for everyone for.
That is awesome. Where can everybody follow you on your social media? We did say your Instagram, but say it again so everybody can follow you and see what you're doing and what you got coming up next.
So really the only social media that I use right now is Instagram. And on Instagram, I'm a Clockwork Armbar. And that's about it. I don't have Facebook. I don't have Twitter. I don't have Snapchat. So follow me on Instagram for my my memes as well as my tournament shenanigans.
I am going to have to be following you because I'm a meme. I have a meme account and I love them.
Yes.
I do. I love putting up memes and people are like, where'd you get that? I'm like, don't tell anyone, this is my account.
I love it.
I don't troll. I just meme. It's a little different. Everybody needs a little meme in their life. No trolling.
It's so true.
Isn't it? It would make the world a better place. Marissa, thank you so much for taking time to speak to me this evening. And I will be seeing you in a few short weeks in November. And again, anything else you want to get out there?
No, that's about it. I'm really excited for the match, and thank you to everyone that helped get me to this point. And I'm looking forward to showcasing some high level female jujitsu. I'm really grateful to just be able to go out there and do what I love. Because really, this is like the meaning of life is just doing things that you enjoy.
Well, you will never work if you do what you love.
It's true.
And who said that, but it's a good quote. And it is absolutely true because I feel like I've never worked a day and I do what I love every day. And it's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful thing.
All right, Marissa, I will see you in a couple weeks on fight night. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. You too. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too. Bye.
Bye.